Mm. Should work on them. There. Dang it. No, close that. Okay. Sucks. Yeah, the tat turned out fantastic. Congrats on that, it looks great. Hello, I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing good. Pardon the weird anime dragon girl trash. I'm trying to draw something stupid for my friends to color in. Figure it would be good enrichment for my friends to work on coloring in something so stupid they don't care about that'll get them to work on their own projects. Yeah. I don't know how her wings are going on over the shirt, but whatever. I also never watched Invader Zim, but the fandom osmosis definitely got a few things that I know about. Yay, congrats. Good to see those went through. She's gonna think, oh, okay. Some colors don't super make sense, but also it doesn't matter. So I got a couple other stupid doodles, and then I want to try to work on the Lords in Black for a little bit. Maybe a little bit of that comic. I kind of just want to work on something more free right now. So many languages going on. Darn Europeans and all their many languages. Hmm. Don't know if we'd be able to see Sir Fordshon's hand from this angle. She's got her arm around the surfboard. And surfboards are huge, so it's got a... That's even... Straight lines are hard to draw. Okay. Alright, I gotta put her other leg here. Okay. Hopefully this gives my friends something to color that they can not take seriously and not have to worry how it turns out. A lot of my other friends who draw and stuff get really, really self-conscious about their art. And like this, you don't even have to post this somewhere. It's just a little coloring project. I drew Longboard John a long time ago to try to get some of my friends to loosen up and just color something silly. It mostly worked. Did I give her like a segmented belly before? I think I did. Kind of. I don't know if I'd be able to add Longboard Sham to Art Fight, but I think that would be pretty funny. Technically, she is a character that I made. And she's one of my characters where just like the whole point of her is to draw something really silly and stupid. go Longboard Sean and Surfboard Sean. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Alright. Or maybe I should save the files as like, maybe I should save the lines as like transparent. Oops, yeah, it's gonna take a second to save. I'll save a JPEG. Wait, BG. Okay, and then I was gonna draw, this stupid idea that my friend made me come up with today. Made me come up with. Cause she's the one who brought this up again. She was like, you gotta draw something dumb. Draw something dumb for us. And I'm like, oh boy, I can do that. That was, Mushroom Lady and Fungus Hag. I want Mushroom Lady to be like kind of storybook like a little doll. Very short torso. Nice. It's equality. Don't know if I want to go just down like that, or if I want to give the skirt more flare. I guess I'll give it more flare and then have the apron going down flat. I should give her humanoid hair. Kind of like just like the mushroom caps her head look. Might be cute to include like little braids. Okay, that's pretty cute. The braids are made of spores. Carrying a basket. More mushrooms. Because I can't just let anything be cute. I have to. Well, I mean, she can still be cute, but decided that this is a fungus that's just sort of impersonating a human to the best it knows how. This face is not functional. It cannot see in the way things with eyes can see. That's just a growth that grew to try to get closer to humans. Why does it want to get closer to humans? I don't know. Spread its spores? Maybe it's one of those mind-controlling funguses. Well, it's digital, but do you want to do in a color and some questionable imagery of two booby anime dragon girls hugging each other? I recommend drawing the stupidest thing you can think of. Just something dumb. Maybe not the stupidest thing you can think of. Just like the first thing you could think of where you're like, that would be a dumb thing to draw. Try to make the eyes... Ow. My hand just healed up and I'm already holding my arm at like a really bad angle. Okay. Gotta not repeatedly give myself repetitive stress injuries. I'm gonna give her blank eyes in case anyone wants to make them like red or something. Or whatever color they want. I thought I closed that. So I'll let anyone decide what kind of mushroom they want this to be. I'm imagining it's just like one of the edible varieties of mushrooms where it's got like the soft brown gradient on top. It'd be cool to do like a horror mush maiden costume. You also save receipts. Receipts are pretty useful if you ever need to get a fire going. Like, you also need a lighter or a match or something, but they're pretty flammable. Receipts and dryer lint. Really good for getting a fire going. Crafties. I have no idea what materials you have access to, but there's like a lot you can do. Yeah, I mean, that Bible paper that's like really, really thin, that would be good to burn. Well, I guess I'm stuck in some sort of situation where there's just like various books around and it's getting cold and it's some sort of survival situation. The Bible paper would be just really good for that. It's like, yeah, a lot of book pages are, but they're just the thin paper. Mimicry of fingers. Repeating the shape of the collar. Yeah, I bet Bible paper would also make really good origami paper. Because that works best with like thin, crisp paper. And you could get that cool like text effect on it. I mean, the so-called Christians aren't reading the Bibles anyway, so... Let's make this look a lot like a doll I have. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I think that's pretty good. Her seats are pretty weird. I forgot to put a signature on the other one. I have to remember to put these through glaze and nightshade later. Mm-mm. Receipt paper is also good for origami. I don't know if you know any folds, but some there's not too hard. Get bigger folds. Or you could like sort of roll them up a bit and make paper stars. You might have to like cut them to make them a bit thinner, but you cut them like lengthwise and make paper stars. Oh heck, but yeah, the paper stars also involved folding paper. Mm, say it does. Okay. Okay, I got both of those. Now I gotta draw one more thing. Doing loose doodles is also really fun. want our head to be like grotesquely like misshapen, sort of growing into a mushroom shape. Got mushroom lady, whimsical mushroom lady, and then wretched fungus hag. That was the joke. Both of them are going to have a cute little basket. Really hunched back, shoulders going forward, neck really droopy. Let's see, rib cage over here. Now, why don't I just doodle stuff more often? Probably because I'm always like, oh, I should be doing something else, but like it doesn't matter, and it's sort of a good warm up to help me work on other stuff. Those like long handled baskets. Sort of leaning on it. Thick legs. Cool. Their seeds are thin enough, you might be able to use them like corn husks. You ever made a corn husk doll? I probably rambled about it on stream before. But they're thin and flexible, so you could make like a receipt doll. They look really cursed, and that's why I like them so much. But it seems like you already got a plan, so... I got like... She is gonna be wearing something. I'm just trying to figure out the stance first. Oh, okay, cool. Many of the sort of simplified corn husk dolls we make at the festivals at El Rancho are really fun to make, and I've made some of them just to use as like Halloween decorations. Because they look a little creepy. It's gonna have more mushrooms growing out of her back, like bursting through the fabric. Fungus hag. To be hanging off her skeletal frame. Tattered. Sleeves like ripping off. Should go with a thinner line for this. Ah, posture check. Ow. Like I was falling asleep. Woohoo, leg. Hello. Doing okay. My hand finally stopped hurting. I still gotta be careful with it, because It made me realize I was holding my wrist at a really weird angle while drawing. But I can draw again without my hand hurting really bad, so that's good. Thank you. Earlier I was joking around with a friend on text while I was out running errands. And for some reason we were talking about... Yeah, she was talking about how much I love to get mushrooms. She was like, "You are the mushroom lady," and she was like, "Oh my god, you should draw that." And I was like, well, I think of two things when I think of mushroom lady. One of them is, this, which I drew earlier, like, cute mushroom maiden. And the other thing I think of is wretched fungus hag. So I was like, well, I don't know which one you were saying I should draw, but I'll do both. And I saved I'm saving the lines as a transparent file. I'm also saving it with a white background. I'm gonna post it around him, so if anyone wants to color it, they can. Thank you. Because a while ago, I drew a stupid picture to try to help my friends loosen up about doing art and stuff. I was like, I'm gonna draw something so silly that you're not gonna be able to take it seriously, and surely that will make it easier for you to work on stuff. So I drew Longboard Sean, who's like a muscular, big titty dragon anime girl riding a skateboard, like a longboard. And her shirt says Mega Milk, and I drew that a long time ago. And Ro was like, "You should draw something stupid for us to color again." So I was like, "You got it." So I drew another picture of Longboard Sean, but then I also drew the mushroom lady and fungus hag. Well, I'm drawing the fungus hag. I mean, if someone had what looked like, like a very nice, normal looking house, they could absolutely use that as a cover for a meth lab. There's a few, like, businesses around town where I'm like, they always say they're open, or like, they'll say they're open, or it'll look like, it's not abandoned, but someone's using it, but like no one's ever there. And we're pretty sure those are like fronts for drug sellers or something. Drug sellers? Drug dealers? Same thing. I don't know what's going on with that hand, but that's fine. She's got a messed up hand. Oh, yeah. And we're like, Breaking Bad wasn't lying about the meth thing. There's absolutely places that get exposed as meth labs. Which I like Anoki mushrooms. Some like puffballs in here. Oh yeah, they're absolutely selling drugs. Or money laundering or something. I'm like, oh yes, I make all this money at McDonald's. Like, I make my money at this McDonald's that I own. Very short basket. Long handle. Weird proportions. Oh, stretch check. Ow. That's what feels wrong about her other hand. It's like not as long as the other hand. I mean, she's already got some messed up proportions, but like messed up that part. There we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect because hands are stupid looking. Yeah. I haven't been, like, watching any specific news besides, like, PBS NewsHour. And now some of the courts are fighting back, saying that the deployment of troops was illegal. And part of it's like, oh, now y'all care about what's legal. Oh, whatever. It's something. Hmm. Mm. Yeah, it is, like, interesting and important to hear things that I don't, like, agree with, but also, like, because PBS NewsHour but yeah, it does also make sense. Does also have, there we go. Like, occasionally Republican politicians will come on, or like talking heads or podcast runners or whatever, and they'll try to explain things, and I'm like, I don't know how anyone takes them seriously. Like, I can't. Like, it's important to try to see where other people were coming from, but all I can see is like, okay, so you're really gullible? You're really gullible and you hate everything? Like, mm, mm, mm. And it's like, I definitely agree that sometimes you can't stay peaceful. But, like, I think it does help spread the news when people see peaceful protesters who are just, minding their own business, and then, like, the police or some bad actors come in and try to turn it into something worse. And then suddenly the news is calling it riots, so they're gonna call it riot no matter what. So sometimes it's like, why not freak out? Also, it's like a safety thing. Here's hoping that, I don't know, maybe there's some nice, can't say too much, maybe there's, some really nice vantage points from the roofs this Saturday. It'd be opportune viewing spot for some people going to a certain parade. Yeah, it's like they're either lying or they're just like brainwashed, it feels like, or they're just repeating the same things over and over. Okay, good. Got Wretched Mushroom Hag. Take that away. Put a few more lines around the skirt. And I'll be slapping these up on my stream server. And and Cletus chat and my other chat. And anyone could color them in. Oh yeah, fuck the NRA. Isn't part of their whole thing to resist tyranny? Like, I thought they're all about protecting the Second Amendment, which was specifically written so that Americans can bear arms against the government if the government tries to overstep their bounds or something. Like, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but like I remember learning that that's what that was about. That amendment back when it was first written, because it was written by people who were being attacked by their government. I did hear that it's supposed to be very rainy and stormy in that area during that weekend. Okay, these hairs are just kind of coming from whatever, and the rest of it is wrinkles, so that'll be up to my friends to decide what's going on there. And small wrinkles here. Yay! Congratulations, I'm glad you found someone to move in with, where hopefully you might feel safer and have a better life. To crop this a little bit. This is just a coloring page. Transparent lines. YBG. Definitely, yeah, talk to a doctor about that stuff. Make sure you get off it safely. Especially if it's like any type of psych meds or anxiety meds, depression meds, anything like that. You always gotta be really careful going off that stuff. Withdrawal is a bitch. Monkey with the cucumber? I don't think I know that one. Hopefully you can figure out the math. And hopefully you don't have, like, dyscalculia or something. Okay, so I have all of those, right? Okay, good. I've got the lines, white background, lines, white background, lines, white background. Okay. Hmm. What times -6 equals 10? You see, I forgot all that stuff years ago because I've never had to use it in my life. It is useful to like learn new things with your brain and learn how to solve problems and stuff like that. But also, I've never used that particular type of math in my entire life, unless it was in school. But since then, I haven't had to remember like any of that. Yeah, sometimes I like solving math things, but I have to like have it on a paper. I have to be able to write everything down on paper. Whoa. The heck was that? I don't know if that was a car or if there was just a sudden explosion of cicada sounds that only went on for like a few seconds outside my window, but I was like, yeah, were the cicadas out? Yes! I love cicada ambiance.
So a final experiment that I want to mention to you is our fairness study. And so this became a very famous study, and there's now many more because after we did this about 10 years ago, it became very well known. And we did that originally with capuchin monkeys.
Continue working on
I'm
these
going to
guys.
show you the first experiment that we did. It has now been done with dogs and with birds and with chimpanzees. But with Sarah Brosnan, we started out with capuchin monkeys. So what we did is we put two capuchin monkeys side by side. Again, these animals, they live in a group. They know each other. We take them out of the group, put them in a test chamber. And there's a very simple task that they need to do. And if you give both of them cucumber for the task, the two monkeys side by side, they're perfectly willing to do this 25 times in a row. So cucumber, even though it's really only water in my opinion, but cucumber is perfectly fine for them. Now, if you give the partner grapes, the food
Cucumber.
preferences of my capuchin monkeys correspond exactly with the prices in the supermarket.
I like cucumber.
And so if you give them grapes, that's a far better food, then you create inequity between them. So that's the experiment we did. Recently, we videotaped it with new monkeys who had never done the task, thinking that maybe they would have a stronger reaction, and that turned out to be right. The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens.
Oh yeah, this
so she
test.
gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber, and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber.
I'm just like, hey, what the fuck, man? Equal pay. Equal pay for equal work. Come on.
She tests
Union monkey.
against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again. So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
I mean, yeah.
Théo, c'est Slimane.
25.
C'est nous.
And stuff. Same thing happened to my dad. Well, a very similar thing. He didn't listen to talk radio, but watches a lot of financial news. Belt it out, man.
J'en ai les larmes aux yeux.
Les poils en
Ah non. Il est bouleversant. Oui, c'est une balade.
Your dad sucks. Where even is he? Still at the store getting milk? Come on, man. Don't take that long. There's a baby cat. Just a baby kitty cat. Cat definitely could. Cats are sharp. They're soft, but they also sharp. Oh, what the hell is this? I'm very interested in this sun mask. I love how this feels like American hippie tokusatsu. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you meant like you had another cat that was a baby, or if you're just referring to your cat as a baby, which I often also do. Because all cat are baby. Even when they're a wretched old hag like Pistachio. Oh, that's sweet. Definitely want more tats. After I pay for a bunch of other stuff that's unfortunately more important right now. I can finally have more tats. Maybe when my scars heal up, I can finally get my belly piercing again, because that kind of disappeared with the laparoscopy scars, but... Like, I didn't know they were going to put an incision right there. Oh yeah, drawing while leaning back is definitely a thing you gotta kind of practice if you're not used to it. I am very used to drawing while leaning back. I am leaning back right now. That's the only way I can save myself from having an even worse posture, because if I draw while sitting up, I will turn into an @ sign. I'll just be like, that'll be me. Just curl right up. Oh, Jesus. It's another Be Rapid Stroking. Hell yeah. It's also my wish to have many, much more tattoos. Just really have a lot of tattoos. should really color in those eyelashes. Let's just make them black. Maybe like really dark purple. Yes. Both these. I swear I remember who Larry David is, but I can't remember who Larry David is. Like, I've heard that name before. Frickin' Eggman. See, that one guy was like kind of bald with the glasses. Yeah, he's kind of pointy and gaunt. Also, that was a great video. It was very fun. Yeah, this guy.
How's business here?
Business is good.
Where there's no people here.
Well, the doctor likes to space out the appointments so that everybody gets a good amount of time with him.
What's the last thing you bought that changed your life? That's a question in his magazine.
I don't know.
Ah, the juicy tomato. Just because Tom Brady
I
avoids
think
them.
he's ready for you.
A car. That's my answer. Back when I got my
Well, great
car.
news, my friend. As expected, you are going to live. You have a quadratus strain, which can be explained by the fact that you lifted something heavy, which you cannot do.
What was I supposed to do? She was this frail woman.
Well, I completely understand that. If it were me, I wouldn't have done it, but that's because I lost chivalry after the divorce.
Why? What do you mean?
My wife cheated on me.
Really?
Yeah, 3 times.
So you're leading the single life now?
I'm leading the single life. Couldn't be happier.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Sure, anything.
How come there's nobody in your waiting room?
Oh, well, you know what? I like to space them out. Privacy. You know, you get some high-profile people in here, like you or Harrison Ford.
Oh, Harrison Ford is a patient.
No, it was a hypothetical. If Harrison Ford were a patient, I would tell you he's incredibly lovely. Bit of a curmudgeon sometimes.
So
but
he's a patient. Harrison
Nope,
Ford.
didn't
You
say
just
that. I
told
would
me.
assume based on interviews I've seen.
No,
with
you
him.
just
Very
told
rough
me.
guy.
You
No,
just
no,
told
no.
me he's a patient.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I never
you
said.
did.
I never said I've seen my patient Harrison Ford after his last plane crash.
Okay.
Well, why don't I get you set up with a foam roller?
Foam roller.
Very easy to use. I'm gonna give you
You want me to roll?
I just want you to roll on it.
Okay.
Very easily.
Okay.
Elizabeth at the front desk. Oh, we'll walk you through how to use it. Self-explanatory. It should be pretty simple. We'll give you a document with some illustrations on it to walk you through it as well. Okay, Larry? And then I'm gonna write you a prescription. How do you do with anti-inflammatories? I know as a Jew I get a little rumbly in my tumbly.
I do okay.
That's why I never became a basketball player.
Oh my
I
god.
will see you back here in a couple of
Bro,
days.
get new
You, my
underpants.
friend, should be feeling as good as new.
Okay. And I get a glimpse of his underwear. It was completely frayed, like loose violin strings and holes in it. It was like the underwear had been to war.
I don't know why you didn't run out.
Hey, you're not gonna run. That's rude. You know what? My back actually feels a little better.
It does?
Yeah.
I don't care. I will never be going back to him.
Really?
I am done.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Maybe that's why there's nobody in his waiting room.
Oh.
Look at this.
I
Look at
guess
this.
so. I
Let's
don't know
see
a lot of
this set,
celebrity
huh?
stuff.
We'll have Manhattan, the Bronx,
Oh
and
my God, this is freaky. This is
Really?
freaky.
This is
Yeah.
exactly-
This is the
Stretch
exact
check.
dimensions. We had a piano here.
What was in here?
Huh?
What was in here?
That's my mother's closet.
Oh, it's a nice.
Holy shit. Look at this. This is the exact dimension of the apartment. I lived here from 8 to 25. Look at the size of this kitchen we had. Huh, look, they even got the stove exactly right.
I've like never seen this show. I've only ever seen like clips of it.
when balmy
Oh, this is great.
Feels
Oh,
good.
there he is. Hey.
Feels very like Cliff, right?
Oh, that's Cliff. Yeah.
He's loving the jackets. We got some really good looks.
Those are good. Yeah, very 70s.
Oh, I was just looking at the schedule
Damn,
and I
bushy
realized this
stick.
is totally my fault. I'm so sorry, but I can't make anything after 4 on Thursdays. I have a church thing.
Church?
Yeah.
Your last name's Steinberg.
Oh, I'm a Jew for Jesus. I love this one.
Dicks.
Don't grab a picture.
Okay, great. So again, I can totally work around it if not, but I hope that doesn't like throw a huge wrench in
Oh,
everything.
we'll fix it in the schedule.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Jew for Jesus, really? And you think he's sincere about it?
Oh, totally.
totally,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was so shocked and stunned that that face, that punim.
And by the way, you look at this kid. His parents are a big bowl of Jewish.
He's screaming Jew. What do you think about this whole Jews for Jesus thing?
That's crazy stuff. I don't know why anyone would do that.
You know, when you're a Jew for Jesus, you're embraced by the Gentiles.
If
immediately.
you-
Right. But as much as you're
If
embraced by the
the
Gentiles,
line, if you
you're
like
reviled
ink the
by
lines, I
Jews.
don't know if you're just like using pencil, but if you use like something darker, then you might be able to see the line through the receipt and like mark it out like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we got one.
We got
We got one.
I don't know if you're already doing that or like
No,
what, but
they got
They got one.
I do, like, I don't know a lot of faith stuff, but I thought that was, like, part of the big thing was that the Jews, don't quote me on this, this is just my vague information, unless you're quoting what I specifically said, but, like, a lot of Jewish sects, like, some of them believe that Jesus might have been a person, but he wasn't the actual Son of God. And then the whole Christian belief is supposed to be that Jesus was absolutely real and he was absolutely the Son of God and died for all our sins or whatever. Although if you take neo-Christians into consideration, they don't seem to care about Jesus at all. So I don't know, maybe it means like Jewish people who like the teachings of Jesus Christ but don't believe he was actually the Son of God or something. I don't know. And also I know that there's like a bazillion different ways to interpret Jewish texts, and they're always arguing over them, and they're always like studying their faith and stuff like that. Which to me seems a lot healthier than what the Christians and Catholics are up to. Oh yeah, bell bottoms. I think I'm doing okay texturally so far, because I was trying to make Pokey look kind of oily and wet and kind of greasy. I'm trying to make Blinky look just sort of more fluffy. Pretty dry, except for like the few scattered teardrops on the face, because an eye that big, you gotta be like flinging tear fluid everywhere. I don't know if Blinky blinks, because like the eye on the plushie and stuff looks like it's just all yellow and orange and it looks kind of irritated. I don't know if that's because he's just like a creepy monster, or if it means that he literally never blinks. A little wet shine to this. Oh yeah, like remove the information about where the receipt is from and stuff. That was a good idea.
This makes 4, Inspector.
If any card information was used, you definitely want to use any of that.
And
So.
everyone with the right forefinger hacked off. Not hacked, Inspector Gregson. Cleanly, expertly severed. Is there no way of stopping this, Mr. Holmes? There's a way, somehow. We can't get far without knowing the motive. Or at least we know what the motives were not. It wasn't robbery, nor passion, thanks be, nor yet vengeance. They all came of totally unrelated families. Steady, Inspector, steady.
Steady, Inspector, steady.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes. Yes, it's horrible. Come on, let's get a drink.
Let's get a drink.
Whoever's behind all this thing, be out of his mind.
On the contrary, my dear fellow.
On the
The
contrary,
most
my dear
brilliant
fellow.
and ruthless intellect the world has ever known.
You don't mean Professor Moriarty?
I do.
Oh, steady, Holmes, you got him on the brain.
Steady, Holmes, you've got him on the brain.
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Hey, I'm getting a new television, and Jeff said you have a great one. He told me to come over and let myself in and check it out and, make myself at home. So,
Clearly you did, just lying on the couch, huh?
My feet weren't on there. Did you notice where my feet were, how they were on the corner? I hope you saw that. Is this so terrible for a person to look relaxed?
I don't understand what you're doing here in the first place. You looked at the TV, now leave.
I'm in the middle of this movie.
In my house!
Sherlock Holmes, somebody's chopping off women's fingers, okay?
You got all
Holmes
into the
on
movie.
case.
He's on the case, he'll solve it, you could leave.
Okay, fine. Can I tape it?
No, because that would require you returning to the scene of the crime to watch it.
Is there any way you could DVR it and email it?
What am I, the fucking AV squad? No, I don't think so.
Fine, I'll leave.
Thank you.
By the way, there's somebody rang the bell earlier.
Who was it?
I don't know. I didn't answer.
It was my dress. It was my dress being delivered. I need it for the event this weekend. Why didn't you fucking answer it?
This is not my house. I'm not even supposed to be here. Why am I answering
Well,
the
you
door?
were here.
Yeah, I was here literally, but not figuratively.
All right, you know what? You go pick the dress up for me, all right? Because you couldn't get off your ass to go to the door, then you could go drive all the way to the dressmaker and pick it up for me.
I don't understand. If I wasn't here, the guy knocks, nobody answers, and you still don't get your dress. So how is it my fault?
But you were here, so now you go pick up my dress.
Steady, Inspector. Steady.
What?
All right, I'll pick up your dress for you, but I feel it's only fair to warn you that this path you're on is quite treacherous and can lead to unforeseen consequences.
Oh, no shit, Sherlock. Just get the fucking dress, okay? I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, hey, thanks for coming. Thank you.
Shiny bits.
What? Oh, no. Oh, my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my God.
Hello.
Hey, it's me.
Where are you? The thing's about to start.
I'm on Longbow. I took my shortcut, but it's not working. There's traffic.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, come on.
Why is there so much traffic?
There's never traffic on this shortcut. And I think Gabby must have told people about it. I knew it. I knew I should have told her.
Well, how long till you're here?
I think I'm just going to turn around and go home.
What? So you'll be a little late.
Yeah, I can't sit in traffic. I'm too smart. I'm not like these people. You have to have done something stupid to be in traffic. I don't belong here. I'm going to turn around. Tell Hal I'm sorry.
Well, Larry's not coming. Too much traffic. Turned around and went home.
Did he mention to you what he did in my shirt?
Why did you give him your favorite shirt?
I guess it's my fault. You think it's my fault?
No.
What would you do if someone asked for a nice shirt?
If it's my friend, I'd give it to him.
And then if they spilled, what would be your expectation?
They'd get it cleaned and or replace it.
That's right.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Don't know how to find her eyeballs. Should probably look at some eyeballs. pretty silly show. I guess so. Woohoo, leggies. Trying to make this eye look like wet and glossy and gross. It's kind of hard. Good night. Get the good sleepies. Then I need like a little bit of I need a bit of the shadow on the eye. I don't want it to be all like wobbly and wet. Okay, that looks a bit better. No gooey reflections. Yeah, it's alright. I'm doing better. I feel like I rendered the eye too much, and now the surrounding fur is like under-rendered, so it looks like way too detailed, and then like not enough detail. My I'd be able to like at least even that out with the set by like erasing some of the lines on the goo here. And have it be just the ooze. What have I been on for? Oh. Might be time to sign off soon anyway. Took me a long time to get to bed yesterday night because I was trying to work on that last second art project thing. I slept okay, but I'm pretty tired. And I want to do more yard work tomorrow. So I shouldn't stay up too late working on this because I gotta give my wrist a break too. My pen died. Okay. Yeah, but I do like how that looks a bit more with the partial lines and the ooze. A bit softer. I'm gonna add, oops. Gonna have to remove some of the lines from here to get that sort of a softer look. I'm gonna have to remove some of the lines from here and then add some lines to here. Oh, thanks. I'm pretty high with how high? No, I'm not high. I'm pretty happy with how this big gross eye is turning out. These are characters from a series of really freaking weird musicals called The Lords in Black, and I like them a lot. So I'm doing some fan art. Yeah, after I figure out these two a bit more, I'm still figuring out like how I want to like stylistically how I want to do these in like a set. I'm just kind of messing around. I'm trying to make each of their fur textures look a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, save that for now. Oh god. Yeah, I gotta sign off for now. Work on these later. Triple check that I saved. The usual. Has that not been working this whole time? Heck. Okay. Well. Okay. Big stretch. No problem. Everyone do your stretch checks and posture checks and make sure your legs aren't falling asleep checks and hydration checks and checks. Go down your checklist and check off that you did all the checks. And get the sleepies check, and I'm gonna put those line arts up I was working on earlier, and then anyone can color them, so I'll put those up in a little bit after I sign off. So check on those, check. Yeah, take care of tattoo check, very important. Any tattoos or piercings. Just in case, I don't know, because there's a fucking lurker or something who also recently got a tat or something. Some body work done. And good night.